brilliant. So to elaborate on the previous tip. So in the previous tip we said you as the salesperson should aim to speak around 40% of the time. In other words, delivering value, talking about how your product will support your customer to transform their business, how you'll take them from an undesirable state to a desirable state. That's what you're going to be talking about. But the questions, you want to be asking sufficient questions spread evenly throughout the sales conversation, because it's no good asking 20 canned questions up front and then running out of steam. You are the one who, when you asking questions, when you are engaging your customer, it's about a conversation. So what you want to be having is, you don't want to be asking questions because you feel you have to ask questions. You want to keep things flowing. You want to keep things just moving along smoothly. You want to be asking the right amount of questions, and you want to be asking those questions spread evenly throughout the conversation, so that the questions don't seem canned, but they're rather conversation creators. Because remember, questions feed the flames of conversation. So you want to feed the flames of conversation with open-ended questions. How many questions? Well, our research, the same research that we conducted with those 22 customers, we found that they, or should we rather say the top performers, asked around 14 questions in a 1-hour sales meeting. But the interesting thing was the spread of the questions made it engaging, made the sales meeting very conversational. So go and think about it. Go and think about your own engagement with your customers. Are you preparing questions? Do you have, for example, have you prepared an understanding of, once I've got all of these questions answered, I can prepare a really powerful proposal. So before you even go to see the customer, the first thing that you want to do is you want to research. So you go online, you research the organization, you research the individual, and you try to answer as many of those questions as possible. Remember, you've pre-prepared a whole lot of questions saying, when I know all of these answers, I can prepare a really powerful proposal. So think about that. What questions can you answer before the meeting with research? And then you prepare an agenda. Remember, you prepare an agenda, and that agenda that you take to the meeting or send to the customer before the meeting contains all of those questions. So go and think deeply, go and plan, go and make sure that you have sufficient questions, that you understand exactly what information you need to uncover, so that when you go to the discovery meeting, you know exactly what questions to ask. Make sure that you ask the questions in a conversational way that encourages conversation, so that the meeting doesn't feel canned, but it rather feels like you care, that you put your customers' interests ahead of your own, but most importantly, you're engaging in a conversation, not a sales encounter.